Hello everyone, tonight we set sail not on stormy seas, but into the dense forests and rocky shores of a small island off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada. An island that has captured the imagination of treasure hunters, historians, and storytellers for more than 200 years. This is Oak Island, a place whispered to hold unimaginable riches buried beneath its soil, but also cursed with tragedy and death. A place where each discovery only deepens the mystery, and where the truth seems to sink deeper every time someone tries to unearth it. This is the mystery of Oak Island, the hidden treasure, and the curse that guards it. Our story begins in 1795 with a young boy named Daniel Maginnis. Daniel was exploring the island when he came across a strange circular depression in the ground, as though the earth itself had been disturbed long ago. Beside it, he noticed trees with markings that seemed unnatural, perhaps even deliberate. His imagination ignited and he returned with two friends. The boys began to dig, curious about what might be hidden below. As they dug deeper, they encountered something astonishing. At 10 feet down, they struck a platform made of oak logs. Excited, they removed the logs and continued. At 20 feet, another platform. At 30 feet, yet another. Each layer seemed intentionally placed, as though someone long ago had carefully constructed a pit, hiding something at its bottom. The boys dug until exhaustion forced them to stop, but the legend had already begun. Word spread of the Money Pit, as it came to be called. Speculation ran wild. Some believed it to be the hidden treasure of pirates, perhaps belonging to Captain Kidd or even the notorious Blackbeard, who was rumored to have said before his death that he left treasure where none but Satan and myself can find it. Others believed it was a secret vault of the Knights Templar, guardians of sacred relics such as the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Still others suggested Spanish gold, hidden by sailors from a lost galleon. The possibilities were endless, but one thing was certain. Something had been buried there, and whoever buried it had gone to great lengths to keep it hidden. Over the decades, many groups tried to excavate the Money Pit. Each time the story grew darker. At 90 feet, one group discovered a stone slab with mysterious markings. The carvings were strange symbols that no one could decipher at the time. Later interpretations suggested the inscription read, 40 feet below, 2 million pounds lie buried. But whether this was genuine or misinterpreted, no one knows, because the stone has since disappeared. What is clear is that the discovery deepened the belief that unimaginable treasure lay below. But Oak Island did not give up its secrets easily. Every time diggers reached deeper levels, tragedy struck. At 98 feet, when one group believed they were close to treasure, water suddenly flooded the pit from hidden channels, drowning their progress and filling the excavation faster than they could remove it. It seemed the pit had been deliberately engineered to flood, like a trap designed centuries earlier to protect its contents. Ingenious flood tunnels, possibly connected to the ocean itself, ensured that anyone who dug too deep would be defeated by rising water. Attempts to pump out the water failed. New shafts dug beside the pit collapsed. Fortunes were lost as investors poured money into the excavation, and then came the first deaths. In 1861, as workers attempted to bail out one of the shafts, a pump exploded, killing one man instantly. Over the years, more lives would be claimed. A tragic pattern emerged, feeding the legend that Oak Island was cursed. The saying grew, before the treasure is found, 7 men must die. To date, 6 have perished. The mystery deepened in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, when new tunnels and artifacts were discovered. Fragments of parchment were found deep in the pit, suggesting old documents had once been buried there. Tools and wooden structures dating back centuries were unearthed, pointing to deliberate human construction. Some claim to find coconut fibers buried deep underground, a material not native to Nova Scotia, raising the question, who brought them there and why? Then came even stranger discoveries. In the swampy area of the island, unusual stones were found arranged in a triangular pattern. Some believed these were markers, part of a larger map leading to the pit. On other parts of the island, carvings of crosses and symbols were discovered, sparking theories of Templar involvement. The more that was found, the less sense it made. The island seemed filled not with one story, but with many, layered like the oak platforms in the pit itself. By the 20th century, Oak Island had become the world's most famous treasure hunt. Wealthy investors, engineers, and even celebrities joined the quest. Franklin D. Roosevelt, long before he became President of the United States, was part of a group fascinated by the mystery and even visited the island in his youth. Countless companies formed and went bankrupt, their dreams swallowed by mud, water, and disappointment. Yet each discovery, no matter how small, kept hope alive. A piece of chain, a fragment of gold, old coins, and strange markings on stones suggested that treasure was indeed there, just beyond reach. The legend of the curse grew with each failed attempt. Locals whispered that the island was protected by forces beyond human understanding. Theories multiplied. Was it the work of Freemasons, hiding sacred knowledge? Was it the treasure of exiled French royalty? Or was it something even more extraordinary, evidence of ancient civilizations long lost to history? What makes Oak Island so compelling is not just the possibility of treasure, but the sheer complexity of the engineering beneath it. Whoever constructed the money pit designed a system of traps and flood tunnels centuries before modern machinery, creating a puzzle that defeats even today's technology. This suggests not pirates hurriedly burying loot, but a vast and secretive project, requiring immense labor and knowledge. For what purpose? To protect gold, or to safeguard something far more important? Imagine the frustration of those who dug. Each time they believed they were close, the earth betrayed them, water surged in, shafts collapsed, and the island mocked their efforts. Yet the allure never faded. Generation after generation, men risked their fortunes and their lives for a glimpse of what lay below. And always, the pit remained silent, guarding its secret. Oak Island became not just a place, but a symbol. A symbol of human obsession with mystery, of the endless chase for treasure, and of the line between ambition and folly. The deeper men dug, the deeper the legend grew, and with each death, the curse seemed more real, binding the island's fate to tragedy. To this day, Oak Island stands as one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in history. The pit remains, the tunnels remain, the artifacts remain, but the truth is buried still. Is it gold, sacred relics, a hoax gone too far, or something that will shake history itself? No one knows. The legend of Oak Island did not fade with time. Instead, it grew stronger with every failed attempt, every death, every artifact pulled from the soil. The mystery evolved into something more than just a search for treasure. It became a battle between man and the unknown, between determination and the possibility that some secrets were never meant to be uncovered. After the 19th century failures, the 20th century saw new waves of treasure hunters arrive. They came armed with modern technology, greater resources, and a determination to succeed where others had failed. But Oak Island's defenses, whether natural or man-made, remained unbroken. One of the most famous modern treasure hunters was Gilbert Hedden, a wealthy steel manufacturer who, in the 1930s, invested heavily in the search. He brought in equipment, workers, and engineers. Hedden was so convinced of the Templar connection that he even traveled to Europe to study clues. He compared the Oak Island stone cross formations with those found in Templar strongholds. The similarities, he claimed, were too striking to ignore. But despite his belief and efforts, the pit yielded no treasure, only further mystery. In the 1960s, the mystery took another dramatic turn with the arrival of Robert Dunfield, an engineer who brought heavy machinery to the island. He dug massive holes, moving thousands of tons of earth, convinced he could brute force his way to the truth. But Oak Island fought back. His excavations collapsed and flooding ruined his progress. The treasure seemed to recede further the more he pursued it. Dunfield left, defeated, his fortune drained. But one of the most famous chapters of Oak Island history belongs to the Ristall family. In 1959, Robert Ristall, along with his son and team, took up the challenge. For years they dug, explored, and documented their work, believing they were on the verge of a breakthrough. But in 1965, tragedy struck in the most horrific way. While working near one of the shafts, Robert was overcome by poisonous gas. His son rushed to save him, followed by 2 workers. All 4 men died in the attempt. The island claimed more lives, pushing the death toll closer to the prophesied 7. The story of the curse became stronger than ever, and Oak Island's reputation as a place of doom deepened. Despite the danger, the search did not stop. Investors came and went, each pouring fortunes into the quest. Millions of dollars vanished into the ground, swallowed by mud, water, and disappointment. Yet each generation refused to give up. For every failure, there was a discovery that reignited hope. Strange tools that seemed older than the island's settlement, chains and fragments of metal, charred wood buried deep underground, theories blossom, each more dramatic than the last. One of the most enduring theories is that of the Knights Templar. According to this idea, the Templars, persecuted in Europe in the early 14th century, fled with their treasures, gold, sacred relics, perhaps even the Holy Grail itself, and crossed the Atlantic centuries before Columbus. They buried their secrets on Oak Island, constructing the money pit and flood tunnels to guard them for eternity. Supporters of this theory point to stone crosses, strange inscriptions, and the sheer sophistication of the engineering as evidence. Could pirates or settlers really have created such a trap centuries ago? Or was it the work of an ancient order determined to protect something world-changing? Others argue for the treasure of Captain Kidd or Blackbeard, both legendary pirates known to have hidden loot. The idea of pirate gold excites the imagination, but skeptics point out that pirates were rarely so careful. They buried loot quickly, not with massive engineered systems. Why go to such lengths for stolen gold? Another theory suggests Spanish treasure. During the Age of Exploration, Spanish ships carried immense wealth from the New World back to Europe. Some believe a shipwrecked crew may have buried their treasure on Oak Island, intending to return, but never succeeding. Coconut fibers, foreign to Nova Scotia, but common in tropical regions, seem to support this. How else would they be buried deep within the island's soil? But the strangest theories go beyond treasure. Some believe Oak Island holds not gold, but knowledge. Perhaps ancient manuscripts, maps, or religious relics. The fragment of parchment found deep underground, bearing a single letter-fueled speculation that documents had once been buried there. Could they be writings that would alter history? The 20th and 21st centuries brought science into the search. Ground, penetrating radar, sonar, and borehole drilling revealed tantalizing clues. Cavities were detected deep underground, suggesting hidden chambers. Samples of wood and metal were brought up, some dating back centuries. Small pieces of gold were even discovered in recent years, hinting that treasure may indeed be there, just beyond reach. And then there is the swamp. The swamp on Oak Island has long been considered unnatural, perhaps man-made. Some believe it hides a sunken ship or serves as part of the elaborate flood system. Recent studies revealed wooden structures beneath the swamp, their purpose unknown. Was the swamp created to hide something? If so, what? The curse, however, looms over every expedition. To this day, 6 men have died in the search. According to the legend, 7 must die before the treasure is revealed. Many dismiss this as superstition, but on Oak Island, superstition feels real. The tragedies are undeniable, and the danger continues. Heavy machinery, flooding tunnels, poisonous gases. The island has claimed lives, and it may claim more. The modern era of Oak Island has been dominated by the Legina brothers, Rick and Marty, whose story has been shared with the world through television. With new technology, deep drilling, and global attention, they have uncovered more artifacts than ever before: ancient coins, iron nails, old wood, fragments of gold, and evidence of man-made structures buried deep underground. Yet still no final treasure. The island holds back, its greatest secret unbroken. What is clear is that something happened on Oak Island centuries ago. Too many artifacts, too much engineering, too many strange coincidences exist for it all to be myth. The question is not whether something lies there, but what is it: gold, a Templar vault, Spanish treasure, ancient manuscripts, or perhaps nothing more than a centuries-old elaborate construction whose purpose has been lost? The allure of Oak Island is not just in the treasure, but in the mystery itself. Each theory, each artifact, each tragedy weaves into a story that feels larger than life. It is about the lengths to which humans will go for discovery, about obsession that consumes fortunes and lives. It is about the possibility that somewhere, beneath the soil and rock, lies something that could change history. And yet, perhaps the greatest truth of Oak Island is that its mystery is more valuable than any treasure. The legend has endured for more than 2 centuries, inspiring explorers, writers, and dreamers. Whether the pit holds gold or nothing at all, Oak Island has already given the world something priceless. A story that never ends, a mystery that refuses to die. The curse lingers, 6 lives have been taken. The 7th, according to the legend, will bring the revelation. Until then, Oak Island waits, patient and silent, guarding its secret beneath layers of earth, water, and time. So the question remains, will the treasure of Oak Island ever be found, or is it destined to remain forever hidden, protected by the curse and the sea? Perhaps one day the final barrier will be broken, and the world will know the truth. But perhaps the island will keep its secret forever, and the money pit will remain the greatest unsolved mystery of them all.